everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to show you how I clean and spruce up all the things that I thrift. So I'm going to clean up everything I got at my last last trip to Once Upon a Child and Savers. And I'm also going to clean these two girls that my grandmother sent me. This one on the left is a Ginny doll, and I'm not sure what this one's name is, but I think I have one similar to her in a different size. So it'll be a little bit of a challenge because their eyes are a little stuck and their hair needs some work, but it's still pretty soft. So I have two dolls laying out here, a bag of clothes, and then some furniture pieces that don't really need much work. And all the welly wishers that I got at Once Upon a Child, I got 4 of them, everyone but Willa. And all the little mini dolls that I got. And I'm really just going to spruce them up, take surface dirt off. Most of them don't need too much work. I think Caroline's hair is pretty fried and it's pretty fried and cut. So if that doesn't come out well, I'll just get her a new wig. I've been trying to decide whether I should get her original wig or this cute little curly lob length or shoulder length. It's burgundy one, a burgundy curly shoulder length. A burgundy curly shoulder length wig that I saw on Etsy. That one would be cute too. So I'll come back when I have them all undressed, and I'll take some photos for my before. Alright, so I undressed them all and took all the hair accessories off. And there's quite a lot when I put it like this. So I have my 2 pieces of furniture, just going to move them. I have a pile of clothes to wash. I did notice that on Ashlyn's shirt there was a little stain in the back, but the rest of the welly clothes looked good. So I think that will come out with OxyClean. And I know that on Caroline's dress there's like that paint thing and some dirt, a yellow smudge here. It may just be mustard or more paint, and then something brown. Not sure. I'll try to see if I can get that out. But I'm not too worried because I want to keep this one. And then the dolls, I mean the welly wishers are in pretty good shape. This girl has a few marks on her face, a little bit of scuffing, which should, at least the white one on her nose bridge should come out with a magic eraser. And take the price tag off. And their limbs are tight, so that's great. And then the hair, her hair is a little dry. It probably needs to be conditioned. And all these I do need to wash and condition their hair because they got a little frizzy. But there's not really much going on in the way of like marks and stains that need to come off. I think little China girl here has a few on her feet. Sorry, I forgot their names. Really bad. I remember Willa, Ashlyn. That's not Willa. Camille, Ashlyn, and Emerson, and I do not remember her name. I think I'll call her Avery again. Oh, there's a little blue dot here. And then I think her feet have a little bit of stuff, but most of the stuff looks surface clean. Come off with the magic eraser. And my glitter girl here, just noticed some stuff on her chest. Her hair definitely needs good wash and conditioning, which is great. Great as in it's not like ruined. And Caroline here has some loose limbs, so I could see if I can tighten them. Can tighten them so she can stand a little better, because she doesn't really stand on her own that well. And her feet turn in. I don't like that. But her eyes are in good shape. The clothes. Her hair was cut pretty fried and frizzy, so I don't think there's much life left to it, at least at the bottom. Up here there might be a little more life. We'll see after wash and condition it. But she doesn't have really anything in the way of stains. And my 2 vintage dolls here. A lot of surface dirt. The hair needs some wash and conditioning to help calm it down from this guy. Her hair is really soft. Her eye's not sure how I can fix that. Her arms are loose. But I don't really want to take off the head to put a new rubber band in because this doll's really small. And I would find that really tedious, but we'll see what happens. Her, probably just some surface cleaning, hairstyling as best I can. The eyes, I try to get in with like a Q-tip, and then I can put like a blow dryer on them to dry out some of the water. But like a Q-tip without much water on it, so it doesn't really leak. And then I have all the mini girls, which Addie has her hair in braids from her previous owner. So I'll take the braids out so I can wash the hair and see what the hair's like, because I mean braids are protective, so I'm guessing her hair is in good condition. It's got to take all these rubber bands off. Kirsten's looking good. Sorry. Kirsten's looking good. Her hair is a little dry, but the limbs are tight in all the mini dolls, so that's fun. So I don't know if they're strung the same. I assume they are, or at least similar to the big doll. Samantha and Molly are good. Their hair is pretty soft. Just needs some combing. Felicity, well, I was taking off her shift, which I thought would have elastic or a tie so that it'd be easier to get off the head. And then her wig started popping off. I think her wig's too big for her head, because it looked like it was popping off with when I brought it. Like when I went to do my review, I noticed that like this part of the wig that I'm squeezing was just laying off the head. So I'm probably gonna have to re-glue it. I did email the American Girl Doll store to ask what their advice is, but I do know how to glue on wigs. But her hair is in great condition. It's a little curl at the back. And the furniture, well, Addie's wash table has some scratches in it. I don't think I could do much about that. Other than that, there's not really much I need to do. And this piece, I'm not sure who it belongs to, but it does have some little gouges in it. And I can honestly try a furniture marker that I have for filling in these kind of things for regular furniture. See what happens, because my dad did it on our bathroom sink, and it looks good. You can't even tell. And that is my next step. So I think first I'm going to wash all these clothes and then hang them up, and I will show you them after when they're all hung up, and then I'll show you them when they're dry. And after that I will do the dolls. I'll probably just do all the bodies first. That's what I usually do. I wash all the bodies, and then I wash the hair, and I start with the easiest hair and get to the hardest hair, because the hardest hair takes the longest. And I'll show you how I do that. I'm here with Felicity's clothes stand, and I'm hoping I can fill in some of those dents with these furniture markers I brought from Ocean State Job Lot. I just filled in Felicity's table with a furniture marker. I did start with the wrong color. It was a little too dark, which is why some of the spots on here are a little darker. But I think it gives it character. Then I found the right one with this brown. I thought this would have been too light. But I think it looks a little better. It looks less worn, just because the dots are colored in. I didn't make the dents go away, but you can see where I used a little bit of a too dark of a color, but I think it's okay. It'll probably look better in pictures now, because it's more one color. So that's Felicity's table. Woohoo! Okay, I just sprayed these pieces with some OxyClean. This one, OxyClean. And I'm hoping that the stains come out, at least on Ashlyn's shirt and Caroline's dress. Not too sure if these pieces will, because they look like they've just aged and yellowed. But if not, I'll try rubbing them with some borax, see if it brightens them up. Alright, now I'm going to hand wash everything from the haul. I have it in a bag here. And I'm going to do it on lukewarm water. And I have a light indicator on my sink, on my faucet. So I know that I'm using lukewarm water. And I'm just using some Dawn dish soap. The regular kind, the ultra concentrated kind. And I'll see you back when I've hung everything up. Alright, so I washed everything by hand, and it's now drying. Sadly, the stains didn't really come out with the OxiClean, but I'll try them again and try using something else. Still on there. But this is what it looks like, and I went through 2 pairs of gloves because I always get water in my gloves. Alright, so I have my dolly underwear that came off the mini dolls. They're pretty still yellow on the rack, so I put them in some warmish water with borax and Clorox. And I'm just going to let them sit for a while, but I already see the difference. I think the Clorox really did. Look how nice and white that is. If you go back to the beginning of the video to when they were on the doll, pretty yellow. It looked like water stains and just age. This one may need a little more. But that's what I did here. And for the 2 pieces still have stains, Caroline's dress and Ashlyn's shirt, I'm going to try soaking them in warm water and borax. See if the stain will lift. That is what the back of the box says to do. Borax is a great cleaning tool, especially for doll clothes, hand washing. And I also use it to boost on my own laundry because I have very sensitive skin. So I can't use anything with fragrances, so I use the Free and Clear. And I try not to use Clorox on my clothes unless they're whites. Like a little bit. And the borax works wonders. Helps get out smells too, especially if you got... your dog got skunked. Happened to me once, and the dog decided to rub on my bed, and it got all over me. So I mixed the borax with some natural de-enzyming solution from the pet store. Amazing. So I'll come back to you when these are done and dry. Or maybe when they're wet. It's just so you can see how they come out. Alright. Alright. I just rinsed all the whites, and look at how nice they are. Nice and white. I'm so happy. I mean, that's what bleach does, right? So I'm just going to let them dry in my sink here. I did wear gloves. I do have 3 because I got a little bleach on one glove, so I couldn't wear that one. Bleach isn't good for your skin, especially when you have sensitive skin like me. But look how perfect that is. Almost brand new. Some of them, it looks like they got a little green or still a little yellow, but I think that's the elastic. Other than that, they look great. Alright everyone, so I'm in my room now with all the dolls laid out. Normally I do this in the kitchen, but there isn't much room for me to put all of them out. So I put them on my dresser. So I have them laid out. I put a towel over my dresser. My favorite cactus beach towel. I have a bowl of warm water. 1 magic eraser sponge. Yeah, they're usually longer, but I just cut pieces to size. But since I have so many, I brought it uncut. I have some baby wipes here, which are good for getting off Oxy cream whenever I need these. I don't think any of these dolls need an Oxy treatment, but this is the one I use. And when I use this, I put it on sparingly, not sparingly, generously. Then I wrap it with some saran wrap, which I have over on the other side of my dresser. And then I have 2 incandescent lamps set up here. This purple one's usually in the front, but I moved it just for the video. And I say incandescent because they give off light and heat, and that acts like the sun, so that way I can bleach dolls inside any time of the year. Because normally you do it outside in the sun in the summer, but I'm not going to waste half my time, not half my time, half the year, because I lost my train of thought. Normally you bleach them in hot weather with the sun, but the lamps do just fine. They act just like the sun, and then maybe we'll get stains out. But I don't think I'll be doing that for any of these guys. I also have some non-acetone nail polish remover, Q-tips for applying it. This I use to try to take off marks if the magic eraser doesn't get them off. I've had a few times some red marks that came right off with the non-acetone. It was beautiful. They didn't come off with the magic eraser, but they came off with this guy. And then back here, I have some Doll 911 formula, which is from, I believe, Twin Pines of Maine. Their info right there. Great stuff. As it says here, it will remove crayon, lipstick, tar, gum, sticky residue, tape wax, and soils from doll and action figure. Also good for removing paint from paintbrushes. Like if it was left on for a day or 2 and it hardened, it softens it up nicely. And then this guy is a detangler spray that I use on my hair sometimes. We use on the doll's hair. Daily Leave-In Tonic. sometimes it helps with the doll hair if it's really matted, especially after washing and conditioning. So right now I'm going to wash all these dolls with the magic eraser. So I'll probably cut off a piece and use it on one doll, and if it doesn't get too disintegrated, use it on another. But the type of magic eraser I use is the Mr. Clean one. I think I brought extra strength ones this time. I have used the Walmart brand. Works just as good. But I like the way these soap up a little more. And I also like that they're a little more sturdy. But whichever one you can get your hands on, as long as it's a magic eraser, it's literally is magic when it comes to dolls. So I will see you all when I have cleaned them with the eraser. Just wanted to show the size. This is about the size I use when I'm doing like 1 to 3 dolls, but sometimes if the doll's really dirty, has a lot of stuff on it, it will use up this one thing. I wouldn't recommend using the entire eraser on just one doll. It's pretty wasteful. That way you could pay like $8 for the pack of 12 and get so many uses out of it. So I'm just going to show you quickly how I do this. I take my eraser. I only dip a little bit in the water at a time, or maybe up to half. I squeeze out the excess water, and I just start scrubbing the doll down. Really easy. Helps really clean them up, get a lot of surface dirt off, and sometimes marks and stains. But, see, I only did that part of the leg, and you already see the discolored in the eraser. That's the dirt that was on just the top part of the leg. That's why I think it's very useful that you do this whenever you thrift dolls. It's just because it doesn't look dirty doesn't mean it doesn't have a layer of surface dirt. And just so you know, I did disinfect everything when I got them. I brought them home, and that's the first thing I did was wipe them with Clorox wipes. The Clorox wipes are totally safe on the doll. It's not like it has actual bleach in it, so they're not going to harm anything. I wipe the hair, the clothes, and then I hand wash all the clothes. So that's how that goes. And for these bodies, the cloth bodies, you can totally wipe them with the Clorox wipe. Or if you're really ambitious, you can unstuff them, take out the stuffing, either wash the stuffing, put new stuffing, wash the body. But I have done a few body washes when there was like a stain, or if I had to tighten the limbs, I washed the body as well. So now I'm gonna finish cleaning them all. See you later. I do want to mention that when using the magic eraser, you can use it on the face, that's totally fine. But just don't go scrubbing where the paint is, because this does take off the paint with a lot of excess force and scrubbing. But you could pass it over the paint a few times, clean it up. See, no paint came off. But if I were to vigorously scrub that area, the paint will start to come off. And I've learned that the hard way. Some eyebrows have little faded marks on my dolls. So just remember that when you're using this guy. Otherwise, scrub vigorously anywhere that you see, as long as there's no paint. So here is where the price label was on the back of Avery, and I'm just using some of the non-acetone nail polish remover to remove the stickiness on Q-tip. You can also do this using Goo Gone, a spray for removing adhesive. And I could probably do this with that 911 formula. So it's gotta get creative with removal. I did try to peel this off of my nail, and I wet it a little, and it's coming off. You can sort of see the sticky parts on camera. But this will just take a little bit of work. That's okay. So I was able to remove the sticker with the acetone, but there was still sticky residue here. So what I did to get it off was I wiped it clean with one of my baby wipes, and then I dipped my Q-tip in the Doll 911 formula. Well, it's called Formula 911. And I just rubbed it on the back for a minute and wiped it off, and now it's much better. No more stickiness. You could also get this result with some Goo Gone. I believe Goo Gone would probably be cheaper than getting this special formula. But if you're serious about thrifting and flipping dolls, definitely recommend that formula. I finished cleaning all the girlies with my magic eraser, acetone, and 911 formula. I'm going to have to do one oxy treatment on this little girl because there's this light red mark on her chest. You can sort of see it. Oh, let me get it to focus. You can sort of see it right above my thumb. it bothers me. So I'm going to see if I can get it out. And I got the white mark off her head, off Avery's head with some acetone. Came right off. Got all the marks off these feet. Real easy. Came right off the magic eraser. Same thing for Camille. Next step is to take out all the hairstyles. So I'm going to take apart all the braids on Mini Addie. Take out this ponytail on this girly. Fishtail on Caroline. Her hair's already up. I might pull it apart a little bit. That way I can prep it for washing. So I'll see you at the sink. Now another thing I want to note is the eyes. So on an 18-inch doll, you have the open and closed eyes, and also on a bitty baby. You don't want to get water directly in here, so that means don't put her face directly under the faucet. It will fill with water and the eyes will rust. Might get silver eye or gross eyes, mildew. You don't want any of that. Now, I find that if you're doing mostly water back here, something start to drip here, it's okay, wipe it away. If you fear you got water in the eye, take a hairdryer on cool to dry it out. Cool, it won't melt the metal and plastic. And the wigs, I find it's okay to just get the wig cap wet. It doesn't really do much to the glues. I'm not using hot enough water that will melt the glue. For the wellies, I just wet the face because the eyes are fixed. Same with this glitter girl. I will not put the eyes directly under the water on my vintage girls. Mini dolls, the eyes are painted on, so feel free to just get them wet. Cloth bodies, totally okay to get them wet. They'll air dry. If you really fear for them, wrap it in a towel. But it's stuffing just like a pillow. It will dry with time. You just have to be patient. You don't want them to stay wet because then they can collect stuff. Put them in a well ventilated area. Alright, I have my Emerson doll here. I'm going to wash, conditioner, detangled her hair. So I'm going to use warm water to get the hair wet. Put a little bit of shampoo, rub it in, rinse it out. Put some conditioner. I'm always more generous with conditioner. And I'll rinse out part of it because leaving some conditioner in actually helps me with detangling. And once she's fully detangled, I'll rinse the rest of the conditioner out. See, her hair still has lots of the natural texture in it, the curl. So let's get to it. Water's warm. I find the warm water also helps when detangling, especially on nylon hair. Connectlon, yeah, but I also like warm water on my hand so it doesn't get cold. I mentioned when you're all done with everything, you want the hair to dry. Have a place where your doll's head can hang off of something so the hair hangs down and dries down. And make sure the floor is protected with like a towel or do it on top of tile. And position the bangs the way you want them to dry, otherwise they'll dry backwards and it won't be good. Anderson is all finished. Look at her hair. Nice curly. Tamed down. Now she just has to dry. Okay, I washed the little mini dolls, and sadly Samantha and Felicity's hair pieces came right off, but that's okay. I'll just glue them back on. So what their hair looks like. This is what Addie's hair looks like after I took it out of the braids. Focus. There we go. It actually has a really nice texture. I didn't comb it out. I just finger detangled, so I like the texture. So the other doll's hair are clean and ready, so all I have to do is attach the hair pieces, and then we can see what they look like after. Woohoo! Okay guys, I'm at the end of my video where I've cleaned everything, styled their hair, fixed it up best I can. So I'll start with the clothes. So if you remember, all these little underwears were pretty dingy and yellow, a little brown. But with a little borax and bleach solution soak, they brightened right up. And the borax, I saw them starting to brighten, but once I added the bleach, it was like within minutes, they became almost new. There still is a little bit of yellowing around the elastic, but that's okay. These are for my collection. Onto these. Sadly, I could not get this whole stain out. It did lighten. I hope you can tell from the beginning of the video, but I think it also brightened. I put all these things here into a borax solution, separate containers in case the colors ran. So this brightened up a lot, but the stain is still there. These two, I was trying to brighten up the white parts because they're a little dingy still. But it did brighten up a little bit. Not as much as I would like, but maybe next time I'll try some bleach that is color safe. These are just so cute. And then Caroline's dress definitely brightened up. The pink and the white looks a lot better. There was like a yellowish stain in this area. It's gone. The green stuff down here was actually green paint because it started flaking off in bits. But I think this one's embedded in the color. This thing's still here. Some of the stains did not lift, but maybe if I try again the bleach that's color safe. This thing, I think it got a little brighter. I'm not sure what it is. Could be Sharpie, could be blood, and I don't really know. I mean, I washed it and everything, so there's nothing gross about it. But I'm excited for this dress. Now onto the dolls. So my little vintage girls came out nice. Her hair, I don't know, I washed and conditioned it, then I tried brushing it, but the hair is actually glued to the head. So when I was brushing it, I think I might have started pulling out some of the hair that's glued on. I'm not really sure. But I think if I style it a little better, if I put it down, so it looks like it's meant to be put down, or I just put these pieces up, it should be okay. She cleaned up nicely, but I think there's still some like glue spots. I don't think I can get them off. I think it's glue from the wig. But at least I got her eyes open. Then I can make her close. That's the little Ginny doll. And I have her. I'm not sure what her name is. But one eye now sort of open and closes. The other one doesn't. So I manually do it. But her hair is a lot softer. Very nice. I'm kind of happy because I thought the hair was going to stay up. Because I have another doll like this where the hair is very coarse, and no matter how much I brushed it down, it stayed up in the ponytail formation, which is a little funny. So that's very nice. Now for the little Asian minis. They came out great. Addie has some nice texture in her hair now that I could just style or leave wild. And then I have little Molly here. Her hair is nice and soft, clean. I'm glad the mini doll's limbs are tight because I'm not really sure if they're strung the same. Felicity and Samantha now have their wigs glued back on. A little funny, her wig still sticks up a little on the side, but that's okay with me because I'll just store her away. Kirsten looks good. Sorry, I didn't rinse them out too well when I washed them, but that water stain here will come right out with some soap. Do not worry. And their hair is really nice. To the welly sized and wellies. This glitter girl here, hair looks amazing. Not tangled anymore. Their hair is very forgiving, so a little washing, conditioning, detangling works great. Of course, ends get a little tangly, but really soft. This, I didn't try to oxy out the red mark. I'm not too concerned about it. And then each of these wellies, I just wash, conditioned, detangled, styled their hair. Hers does look, it looks a little dreaded, but I think once I put it back in pigtails, she'll look great. But it's a little dry, but I think that's just the way it goes with this hair. Her hair came out great. It was kind of everywhere and tangled before. Now it's shiny and straight and silky. Emerson's hair came out amazing. Her hair is much curlier than my Emerson. A little bit jealous. And last but not least, we have Miss Caroline here, whose hair is pretty fried still. But I had washed, conditioned, detangled her hair. It still had some natural curl left into it, but not too much, so I just left it in the biggest size sponge curler that I have overnight. And this is how it came out, and I think it looks great. It hasn't fallen out yet, but if it does, I'll redo it. Otherwise, I'll buy her wig on eBay or a different wig. And I decided not to tighten her limbs because her legs weren't that loose. But that is how all these girls came out. Let me know if you liked my process, what you would do, what maybe you do different. Let me know what was your favorite transformation. For me, it was probably the satisfaction of seeing all these little underwear pieces become white again. Very satisfying. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below with your favorite part, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys!